Hello, my most awesome artists. Today we are going to work on warm painting with warm colors, which are red, orange, and yellow. And I do have some copper and gold somewhere in here. Here's some gold. Those are warm colors. So we're going to paint a warm color painting with a snowman that is melting from the warm colors. First, we're going to get our paint. You will be using your paint trays, and we are using water paint or watercolors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my paintbrush wet, wipe off the tip of it. You didn't hear me tapping it. We're not tapping and we're not swirling it around, just gently wiping. And I am only using the warm colors, so I should only be using red, orange, and yellow. Try not to mix them. Some of them have gotten mixed. And I'm going to dip my paintbrush in there to wake it up. And then I'm going to put it on my paper and spin it around to make a swirl. If I want that color to be darker, I can get a little more paint on my paintbrush and make it a little darker. When you're ready to change colors, gently swirl it around your brush in your cup. You shouldn't hear it. And then wipe off the sides, and then you can switch to another color and gently rub it in there. You should not be digging for gold in the paint. We're not gonna mess up the paint or we won't be using it. Treat it nicely. And you're gonna fill up this whole paper using only warm colors with swirls. You can overlap, you can have small ones, you can have little ones going in opposite directions. It is up to you, okay? So, you're gonna paint this all in. My painting is now finished. I'm going to take it over to the drying rack to dry and clean up my mess. Now I'm going to draw my snowman to look like it's melting. I am drawing my snowman in Sharpie so that you can see it. Because if I draw in pencil, it's going to be hard for you to see. You should be drawing in pencil. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the bottom shape of the snowman that is melting, and yours doesn't have to be exactly the same as long as you're just having fun drawing it. So I'm gonna draw a little, it's almost like a little lump, a little bump, the start of a little curvy wavy line, and then I'm gonna connect to the other end of that and go straight over. So now I have, it almost looks like a turtle shell without the head. And then I'm going to close that. You can just close it with just a little U, or you could do a little more of a bumpy line like I did. That's up to you. Now we're going to do the next step, which is the body. So the body, I'm going to do an upside down U. And then I'm going to pull down some of my U here so it curves up a little, almost like a J, and connects to this lump of melting snow. And then on this side, I'm going to do a little wavy line connecting to that line I stopped. And then I'm going to loop around and connect to my snowman there. So now I have 2 layers of my snowman that are melting. You can have yours melting more. Like maybe you want this little U to be smaller and it will be coming down lower. That's up to you. Now I'm going to do the head. So the head, I'm going to do this shape right here, which is like an upside down J or a backward C, I guess. And then I'm going to connect this to my snow pile here that's melting. And I'm going to do my other side. I'm going to have a line coming down like that. Make sure that they're connecting. Mine's getting a little sloppy. And I can't erase because I did it in Sharpie, which is why I have you not doing yours in Sharpie. And then I'm going to curve up and around like my snow is melting. If you want your snow to be melting more onto that pile, you might want to have your line curving and touching to it. I just made my line thicker there because I didn't like how it was there. Then you can add your details, so your eyes. And my face is melting off, so I'm going to have like my coal melting off to the side. And my snowman is very sad about this. And maybe you want to have some buttons melting off too. That's up to you. If you want to add a hat on there, you can, or a nose. I'm going to draw a little triangle nose that's melting and droopy with some lines going across of it. It's up to you what else you want to add. Do not add arms though, because we will be cutting this snowman out and gluing it. And if you have stick arms, that's gonna be really hard to cut out. So we can draw those arms on once it's glued onto our final project. So there's my snowman. Maybe I'll give him a little hat that's falling off. Now my snowman is done. You are going to have to outline yours in Sharpie. I did not have to do that because I did mine in Sharpie. What you're going to do is then color it in. Obviously, your paper is white, so you don't need to color in your snowman white, but any details, if it has a scarf or a hat, you probably want to color that in. Try your best to stay in your lines. You want this to look nice. And then once you have your snowman colored in, like your details, I'm going to show you something else that I want you to do to make your snowman look a little more like the snowman from the book we read. I'm going to take a blue crayon now, and just at the edges, the bottom of my snow, where my snow piles are melting, my snow mounds, my heads, my body pieces, I am going to do a little highlight or a little shading of blue just along the edges, tracing along the bottom of that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It might, like mine's a little scratchier of a line. It's not one solid straight line, and that's okay. Once you have this done, the next step is to cut out your snowman. Hey, my snowman is all cut out. I'm throwing my scraps in the garbage. The last step is to glue your snowman onto your warm background that you made for it. So you're gonna take your glue stick, flip your snowman over, and you're gonna put glue on the back of your snowman. Do not put it on your painting, just put it on your snowman. And you're gonna flip that over and press it on your paper. You can glue your snowman wherever you want on the front of your background that you painted. If it's sticking up in any areas, put some glue underneath and then press it down. Have fun, my most amazing artist.